Hello and welcome back to Zen and Iron. Today we're going to be talking about Kaizen, or the concept of continuous improvement. We'll discuss what it is, how you can apply it to your diet, how you can apply it to the gym, how you can apply it to daily life, and then we'll talk about the importance of tracking progress. So what is Kaizen? Kaizen is comprised of two kanji characters. The literal meaning of kai is change, and zen, in this context, means virtue or goodness. Kaizen is usually translated as continuous improvement or change for the better. It's about making continuous, incremental improvements over time. The concept was popularized by Japanese car manufacturers after World War II, but traces its origins to the 1930s with an American engineer at Bell Labs. Why does it matter? Well, Kaizen is not about big, drastic changes. It's about small steps and patient progress, and it is ideally applicable to self-improvement. Let's see how. Applying Kaizen in diet. I follow a few simple rules that has allowed me to optimize my diet, helping me achieve my fitness goals and save money and be a lot healthier. So number one, I stopped eating out. Most restaurants are expensive and unhealthy. Unless you're ordering steamed chicken and broccoli with nothing on it, which is kind of a waste if you're going out to a restaurant. It's way better, way easier, way more healthy, and way cheaper to simply cook for yourself. That way you can control every aspect of what it is you're consuming. Number two, avoid processed foods. Zen and Iron is all about applying samurai principles to our modern life. The samurai did not consume processed foods. There were virtually no processed foods back then. So consuming foods with only one ingredient, whole foods as they're called, is the healthiest thing you can do for yourself. Yes, things like protein powders are very highly processed, but it's still pretty much one ingredient. So if you follow the single ingredient or things with one or two ingredients rule, you can avoid a lot of highly processed foods that are mostly just junk. Number three, prioritize protein. Aim for 1 gram per pound of body weight. We talked about this a little bit in the diet episode previously, but whether you are looking to gain muscle, lose fat, or simply maintain your fitness, protein is so hugely important, because it really is the building blocks that your muscles use. Number four, track your calories. Using an app like MyFitnessPal helps you log your daily intake. If you do that for even just a week or two, you can keep track of what you eat much more easily because it gives you an idea of what it is you're consuming. Which brings me to my next point, weigh your food. It's very, very difficult to simply eyeball your portions. We generally vastly underestimate how many calories we actually consume. So weighing everything you eat with a food scale for at least a week will give you a much better idea and may actually surprise you. If you log literally everything you consume, it's going to generally be a little higher than you assumed. And so once you know what it is you're actually taking in, then you can make adjustments, and we'll get into that process later on. And then finally, for Kaizen in diet, weighing yourself is very important. Tracking your weight, regardless of your goal, if you want to maintain your weight and you see it going up or down, you know that you need to make adjustments. If you are trying to gain weight and you see your weight going down on the scale consistently, and vice versa, if you're trying to burn fat, lose weight, and your weight is going up, adjustments need to be made. And so Kaizen allows you to assess what it is your progress is doing. You track, you measure, and then you improve. You make adjustments. How does this look in the gym? The most important concept we're going to talk about for Kaizen in the gym is progressive overload. That is where you gradually increase the demands on your muscles, which helps build strength and grow muscle. So, you can do this by adding weight, adding anywhere from 2.5 to 5 pounds to a certain lift every week. You can do this by adding reps. If you keep the weight consistent week to week, you can increase the number of reps you perform. And then finally, you can also add sets. If you are doing 3 working sets of the bench press, you can do 4 working sets if you work up to it. But it's all about consistency over intensity. If you try to go too heavy too quickly, much more likely to injure yourself. So even if you're only adding 1 rep at a time, it's about that 1% improvement. And you will still continue to see progress. You will get stronger. You will grow your muscles as long as you track what you're doing and slightly increase every session. And then finally, focus on form. If you use Kaizen to improve your form, perform the exercises with the best technique you possibly can, you will minimize your risk of injury, and you will only make the exercises more effective by targeting the muscle even more, even better. So no downside here. Applying Kaizen in the gym is a matter of improving your form and continuing to challenge your muscles over time. Applying Kaizen in daily life can look different for different people. When we talk about self-care, you can add a short morning stretch to your morning routine, add 5 to 10 minutes of meditation every day. When it comes to organization, cleaning or organizing just a very small area every day instead of tackling an entire room at a time, which can be very overwhelming. If you just aim to put one thing away or organize one little space, you'll be amazed at what your space will look like a week, a month, a year down the line, because it's only 1% every day, but after a year, that's over 300% increase. So the progress compounds and gets better and better and better. For learning, you can challenge yourself to read something, read 1 page of a book, practice a new skill for 10 minutes consistently. And I also adhere to the 1-minute rule. For any task that takes less than 1 minute, like putting away clothes, putting something away in the sink or the dishwasher, I just do it immediately because this helps reduce clutter and builds my efficiency. And it helps build discipline too. And then finally, for using Kaizen to improve your relationships with friends and family, you can focus on one small, thoughtful little gesture daily for someone that you care about. Even if it's something as simple as sending a quick little message saying, "Hey, how's it going? I was thinking about you." Anything like that. Words of encouragement, or doing something for someone, an act of service. Over time, these add up and contribute to deeper connections and improve our relationships. So, the most important premise of Kaizen is to track, measure, and then make adjustments to improve. With diet, this will usually come down to adjusting portion sizes and or ingredients. If you find that your calories are over and you need to reduce them because you are gaining weight when you don't want to be, you can find ways to cut fats, cut carbs. My advice would be keep the protein the same and adjust carbs and fats as needed. You don't want to bring your fats too low. That can lead to some hormonal issues. You still need a certain amount of fat. I generally tend to do very well with cutting carbs when I need to go lower in calories. And I keep my proteins and slightly decrease my fats. And I seem to do very well with that. You can also swap ingredients. So using lower calorie versions of things. If you're doing eggs, you can do egg whites. You can do brown rice instead of white rice. These are just marginal little things that can help you. But if you're using an app to track, you can input all your food and you'll know exactly where you need to make these changes. And it may be as simple as, okay, cutting out this little snack here. For the workout, you must track your workouts. You must track your lifts. If you don't keep track of what weight you're doing, for how many reps, for how many sets, how can you possibly apply progressive overload? You don't know what your next rep is. No one's memory is that good. You're not going to remember how many sets you did, how many reps you did, at what weight every single time for every single exercise. So keeping track, even if you're just writing it down by hand in a journal, use a notes app on your phone, open a Google Doc. There are a myriad of fitness tracking apps as well. Whatever it takes, but you need to track it so that you can make changes. You may need to swap out exercises, or you may need to simply just adjust your routine to focus or specialize on specific muscle groups and specific areas of your body. If you want to grow your glutes, you want to grow your chest, or want to specialize in shoulders, you'll have to add more of those exercises to your weekly routine. And as you progress and get more advanced in the gym, you can make your own custom fitness plan. And it will change. I have gone through many different types. Week to week, it's pretty consistent, but every few months or so, I'll notice, all right, this area is lagging. I want to specialize. I want to grow my shoulders more. If I'm bulking, I will do more heavier compound lifts. If I am cutting, I will try to do higher rep, lower weight. You really just have to find what works for you. And then finally, applying Kaizen to daily life, journal daily, especially during tough times. This can help write yourself a roadmap so that if you are continually facing recurring challenges, you can help develop strategies for dealing with them. You can also help reframe negative thoughts, and it's a great way to track gratitude and achievements. So for daily life, journaling is a huge benefit, and I've found that my life has improved significantly since I started journaling regularly. That's about it for Kaizen. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. If there is a topic that you would like me to cover, please put it in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, train with honor, live with purpose, and continue to forge your path. See you next time.